Well, hello there guys, and a very warm welcome to yet another episode here on Strictly Flying. Please apologize for my voice today. I have caught a small cold. I've got a stuffy nose and my voice might be sounding a little bit strange. With that said, I'd like to wish you a warm welcome to a very cold part of the world. We are here in Bergen in Norway, and this is also why the reason I probably got a cold, as I'm not used to this cold weather. Summer is definitely over here in Norway and the temperature is decreasing as we speak. But anyways, enough about the weather. Today I was gonna show you something a little bit special, a little bit different. However, things don't always turn out the way you want them to. For those of you who have been following my channel for some time now, you guys know I've made a couple of flight reports already with Widerøe Airlines, which is the Norwegian domestic airline here in Norway, primarily between the cities of Stavanger and Bergen. And all of these flights were carried out by Widerøe's Bombardier Q400 turboprop aircraft. Now, upon checking in online this morning, I was actually looking at the aircraft type and I wasn't expecting anything different. However, I was surprised to learn that today's flight would be carried out on Widerøe's brand new Embraer E2 aircraft. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Embraer, then what I can tell you is that Embraer is a Brazilian aircraft manufacturer, and they've been on the market for several years already now. And on my channel you can find a dozen trip reports of me flying with the Embraer, both the Embraer 170 and the 190, with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines between the cities of Stavanger and Amsterdam already. So this is nothing new and nothing special. However, Embraer, they did launch their very new Embraer 170-190 E2 version. And basically what the E2 version offers is just a complete new wing and engine design, which promises up to 16 to 20% less fuel burn than its predecessor. And the reason I was so excited to find out that we will be flying on the Embraer E2 version today is the fact that Widerøe was the first airline to take delivery of the 190 E2 aircraft. But as I mentioned earlier, things don't always go to plan, and today was no exception. I soon learned that this aircraft was gonna be severely delayed, over 1.5 hours delayed, which meant that it was already gonna be dark outside, and with the rain that we're having, of course it was gonna be impossible to get any nice footage. However, I was thinking that this opportunity might not come up again, so I figured I'm gonna document this flight anyways. So first things first, let's get checked in, and as soon as we get on board our aircraft, I'll tell you a little bit more about the Embraer E2. So, my first impression of the E2, pretty good actually. I mean, the aircraft is obviously new and it's very light, it's modern, but what surprised me the most actually was just the capacity of the aircraft. I mean, it is much larger than I expected, and I learned that this particular aircraft has a seating of 114 passengers in a one-class layout. But I soon found out how they made it possible to cram 140 passengers into this aircraft. Because as you can see, the leg room is virtually non-existent, and although all the seats, they're really nice, you know, they have that leather look and everything, they are extremely uncomfortable. And this is just a short flight, roughly 30 minutes, you know, but traveling from Stavanger up to Tromsø, for example, which is almost 2 hours, then this would almost be torture. And I later found out that my fellow YouTuber Noel Phillips also made a review on Widerøe's Embraer E2 aircraft. And in his review he also confirms what I just mentioned about the leg space on board.
The seats on this aircraft are really tight indeed. I struggle to get comfortable with the tight seats that they've just got a 29-inch pitch, which is less than Ryanair. I was physically in pain by the end of this flight. This is in stark contrast with other flights I've taken on the older E190, which have been a lot more comfortable, even with low-cost airlines such as Flybe, who still have a lot more legroom than Widerøe's.
I'm gonna leave a link to Noel Phillips' review of the Embraer E2 by Widerøe in the description below, so you guys can check that out afterwards.
The aircraft this morning, so we had to deal with it all day long. Shortly starting off for Stavanger. Stavanger reports about cloudy weather, nice flight conditions, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
So apart from the really cramped leg space on board, I mean, this aircraft, it has its own power outlets where you can charge your appliances, and they all work just fine, no problem. And as you can see, the seats are relatively nice. They got that nice leather look, and the cabin is light, fresh and modern. That is exactly what I expected. However, this aircraft is primarily made for small flights, and I wouldn't want to spend any more than an hour max anyways on this aircraft.
We can also inform you that we have a new entertainment system, free for, and you have information about it on the back of the chair in front of you. There you can find a wide range of films, music, games, and information about the flight.
Okay, that was some pretty appalling English right there. Anyways, what she was talking about is the new entertainment system that has been installed on this new Embraer E2 aircraft. And as soon as we get airborne, I'm going to show you how that works.
Vennligst ta fram kortet og gjør deg kjent med innholdet. Widerøes flygninger er røykfrie, og røykeforbudet gjelder også på flyets toalett. Dette gjelder også elektroniske sigaretter. Ta gjerne kontakt med kabinbesetninger om dere har spørsmål. Takk for oppmerksomheten. Vi ønsker dere hyggelig reise. Before takeoff, we would like to focus on safety. Please pay close attention. Electronic devices may be used as long as flight mode is activated. Large electronic devices must be switched off and placed in your hand luggage during takeoff and landing.
Okay guys, as you can see, it's dark, it's raining, it's impossible for me to get any real decent footage, and it doesn't really help that I left my GoPro support at home, so it's kind of, shaky footage. It doesn't really help my case out that much. So I do apologize for the footage, and I'm guessing you already heard the safety briefing like a million times. I'm guessing most of you viewers have already flown on an airplane before. And I want to draw your attention just to the noises that this particular aircraft makes. I've flown a dozen times, or 1,000 times on an Airbus, on a Boeing, and all the regular aircraft, but I never ever heard anywhere the sounds that this particular aircraft makes. Now have a listen, guys, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, this is something totally different. So, as I promised you earlier, I was going to check out the new entertainment system installed on board this aircraft. Now, I really struggled a lot to try and connect. It was actually, basically connecting to the onboard network. However, nothing happened. I just got an error, so I tried turning off the Wi-Fi and turning on again, and it would still connect, but I just couldn't get past that window. But eventually I did figure it out. And the app is, it's pretty decent. It's okay, you get a selection of movies and you can play some games or whatever. But, for this flight that is just over or just under 30 minutes long, this app is completely useless to me anyways. But I'm guessing, on a longer domestic flight, such as up to Tromsø or Bodø, up north with the flight, the duration is longer than, an hour, then yeah, it could be useful. But anyways, most movies, the duration is longer anyways. The thing I found most useful here that I thought was pretty cool is, of course, the map, showing the position of the aircraft on a map. Like, it was kind of difficult to navigate around scroll. It's not the most intuitive map, but it works, and it's pretty cool. So apart from that, it's a nice feature on this aircraft, but like I said, it's most of these flights are so short anyway, so I don't really see the use for it. So guys, welcome to Stavanger. Now, like I mentioned in the very start, I do apologize for the poor video quality. Now, of course, if this flight hadn't been delayed as it was, you know, it would still be daylight outside, and of course the quality would have been much better. But of course the flight was delayed, it's already dark, and also because of the shitty weather, you know, it's just impossible to get any decent footage. However, I hope you did enjoy this flight report regardless of this very interesting aircraft. Now, saying that, I hope to get the opportunity to test out the Embraer E2 in the future, not only with Widerøe. I would like to do another, you know, flight report of that during the daytime. That would be great. And however, I do fly a lot with KLM. For those of you who have been watching paying attention to my channel and are subscribed, you guys know that I do fly a lot with KLM, especially between the cities of Stavanger and Amsterdam. KLM has recently taken possession of the Embraer E2 as well, and they have started utilizing that aircraft, so hopefully I get to test out that one as well in the near future. Anyways, this was you know, this was as good as it's gonna get. I hope you enjoyed it, and I almost forgot one very important thing. And that is, of course, the introduction of today's aircraft. I don't know how I forgot that, but anyways, better late than never. Today's aircraft is Lima November Whiskey Echo Charlie, and this particular aircraft is 3 years of age. And unfortunately, this wasn't the first aircraft delivered from Embraer to Widerøe. However, this was its third delivery. So that is the aircraft that we flew on today, and with that I'm gonna say goodbye to you for now, and as always I hope you really enjoy my content, and if you do, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you don't want to subscribe, at least a thumbs up on my videos would be fantastic. With that said, guys, stay safe, happy travels, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.